Have you ever wondered why so many Japanese children seem calm, focused, independent, and surprisingly mature for their age? What if one of the biggest secrets isn't found in classrooms, expensive educational toys, or strict study schedules, but in something much simpler that happens every single night before bed? Across Japan, parents follow a bedtime philosophy that goes far beyond getting kids to sleep on time. It's a routine deeply connected to discipline, emotional development, brain growth, and lifelong success. And honestly, once you see how it works, you might start looking at bedtime in a completely different way. In many countries, bedtime can feel chaotic. Parents are exhausted, children are overstimulated from screens, and the final hours of the day often become a battle. But in Japan, bedtime is viewed as a critical part of child development. Japanese parents believe that how a child ends their day shapes how they begin the next one. This idea is connected to a cultural value known as shitsuke, a concept that focuses on discipline through consistency rather than punishment. Instead of forcing children into routines with threats or rewards, Japanese families gradually build habits that become a natural part of daily life. The goal isn't obedience. The goal is self-discipline. One of the first things you'll notice about Japanese bedtime culture is the emphasis on predictability. Children often follow the same sequence every evening. Dinner happens at a consistent time. Bath time follows. Then comes quiet family interaction, reading, conversation, or reflection before lights out. This predictable flow creates a sense of security inside a child's mind. When children know exactly what comes next, their brains don't waste energy dealing with uncertainty. Instead, they can relax, process the events of the day, and prepare for deep, restorative sleep. It sounds simple, but this consistency has a powerful effect on emotional regulation and cognitive development. Another fascinating part of Japanese bedtime routines is the intentional reduction of stimulation. While many households around the world are filled with televisions, tablets, and smartphones until late at night, Japanese parents often encourage a calmer atmosphere before sleep. Bright screens are replaced with books, storytelling, or gentle conversations. This isn't just about avoiding distractions. It's about creating a transition period that allows the brain to shift from activity mode into recovery mode. Modern research continues to show that quality sleep plays a major role in memory formation, learning ability, creativity, and emotional stability. Japanese parents may not always talk about neuroscience, but their habits align remarkably well with what science now understands about brain development. Perhaps even more interesting is how bedtime becomes a moment for connection. In many Japanese families, the final moments before sleep are not rushed. Parents use this time to talk with their children about the day, discuss feelings, and reinforce values. This practice reflects another important Japanese concept called omoyari, which refers to empathy and consideration for others. Through these small conversations, children learn emotional awareness. They learn how to express themselves, understand others, and process experiences. Over time, these skills become essential for building healthy relationships, confidence, and resilience. Japanese parents also recognize the importance of physical routines before bed. A warm bath is often considered a key part of the evening. While it may seem like a simple cultural habit, it serves multiple purposes. It helps relax muscles, lowers stress levels, and signals to the body that bedtime is approaching. This creates a natural rhythm that makes falling asleep easier and more consistent. Rather than relying on external solutions, Japanese families often focus on creating an environment that naturally supports healthy sleep patterns. What's really fascinating is how these routines connect to larger Japanese philosophies like Kaizen. Kaizen means continuous improvement through small, consistent actions. Japanese parents don't expect massive changes overnight. They understand that tiny habits repeated daily can shape a child's future. Reading a few pages every night may not seem impressive today. Going to bed at a consistent time may not feel life-changing tomorrow. But over months and years, these small behaviors compound into stronger concentration, better emotional control, healthier learning habits, and greater independence. This mindset extends beyond sleep itself. Children are often encouraged to prepare for the next day before going to bed. School items are organized. Clothes are prepared. Small responsibilities are completed independently. These actions teach accountability and planning without making children feel pressured. It's a subtle lesson in personal responsibility that gradually becomes part of their identity. By handling these small tasks themselves, children develop confidence and competence that carries into other areas of life. The Japanese bedtime approach also reflects a minimalist philosophy. Instead of filling every hour with entertainment and activity, there is value placed on quiet moments. In a world obsessed with constant stimulation, Japanese culture often reminds us that growth can happen in stillness. The brain needs time to process information. The body needs time to recover. The heart needs time to reflect. Bedtime becomes more than sleep. It becomes a daily reset for the mind and soul. Many experts today talk about raising smarter children, but Japanese parents often focus on raising balanced human beings. Intelligence is important, but so are empathy, self-control, patience, responsibility, and emotional health. The bedtime routine supports all of these qualities simultaneously. It's not a hack or a shortcut. It's a system built on consistency, connection, and respect for a child's natural development. The most powerful lesson hidden inside the Japanese bedtime routine is that extraordinary results often come from ordinary habits repeated with care. Smarter children are not created through pressure, endless studying, or complicated parenting techniques. They grow through stable routines, meaningful relationships, quality rest, and small moments of guidance that happen day after day. Japan reminds us that success begins long before the classroom and long before adulthood. Sometimes, it begins with a warm bath, a quiet conversation, a story before sleep, and a family choosing to end the day with intention. And maybe that's the real secret. The smartest habit isn't teaching children to do more. It's teaching them how to rest, reflect, and grow one peaceful night at a time.